Riverside Clerk, Waynoka Board of Education, and the Waynoka School District I do hereby certify that prior to December 15th of the last calendar year, the date, time, and place of this regular meeting was followed in the office of the clerk of West County, Oklahoma. If any change has been made to the date, time, and place of this regular scheduled meeting, proper notice in writing is given to the county clerk as required by law, or not less than 10 days prior to the information of said change. I also certify that at least 24 hours prior to the meeting, including Saturday, Sunday, and holidays, that the date, time, and place of agenda of this meeting is posted in the public good at the location of this meeting. Witness my hand and seal the 4th day of March 2019.
Okay, roll call. Mr. George?
Here.
Mr. Olson?
Here.
Mr. Jones? Here. Mr. Hanson?
Here.
Okay. Item 4, all of the following items will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and approval of the following items 4A through 4A.
I'll make a motion to approve the items 4A through 4F.
Second. Motion and a second. Any vote, John? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Other reports, superintendent report.
All right, looking at our finances, as you can see, our expenditures are up this month about 30,000, kind of what we expected. Overall, we're up 240, just over that. Revenue has increased. We're still bringing in more than what we did last year. We do expect to collect just a little bit more than last year due to our raise in valuation. One thing I do kind of want to point out with this is that according to my numbers, I got my numbers all the way back from 2016. Our gross production has never been below 41,000. This month our gross production collection is at 26, so that's not a very positive sign, but that's a pretty drastic drop in our gross production for this month. Now I'm looking at our child nutrition. Again, you see that the expenditures are sitting at 0 for this month, but we paid out of the general fund this month for those. So that's why our general fund was a little bit more. We do have one of our purchase orders you guys approved was to open up another purchase order in child nutrition to start paying for more out of there. So, building fund, our expenditures are down, and our revenue is up at this point, 87,000. We also got our carryover penalty in the mail due to our carryover. This will be a $6,800 penalty. If we don't want to pay the penalty, our carryover amount needs to be approximately 1.3, and this year it was 5.8, so, or 5.3. So we are carrying over more than that, obviously, so we will have to pay the penalty. We did have our child nutrition audit. That's every 3 years we have a child nutrition audit. They were in last week, 2 days, and they finished up today. We did have 2 findings. One was we need to update our wellness policy, and the other one is our snack program, our after-school snack program. We were not making sure that every kid took a snack and a milk. So we got wrote up on those 2 things, so we've got to do a corrective action plan against those. So those are pretty simple fixes. Update our wellness policy, make sure every kid grabs a milk and a snack on the after-school program. So I thought it went pretty well besides those 2 things. As far as our bond, we're 2 lifts away from having that pad ready for the footings down there at the football field, so we're making some progress. We've got all the footings poured for our safe rooms up here, so they should be back tomorrow and continue on with the footings on this new addition. And then hopefully by the end of the week we can have those 2 lifts passed for the football field, and they can, once they finish these footings, they can move down there while the plumbers and electricians are laying their stuff. One thing to note is over spring break, we are gonna close our main entrance to the school. I know it's gonna cause some headache, but we kind of planned for that and knew it was gonna be coming. We'll have to enter from the south side of the building, between the multipurpose and the school. We've got the demolition crew coming to take down the awning and start prepping that entry for, we gotta do the pad just like we did up here, so we need to move on to that so that by the 1st of August, we can actually have an entrance to go on. So we will be closing that, so we will have a little bit of a headache there, but in the end, it'll be a good thing. Our report cards are out. I'll let Mr. Smith talk about the high school, but I'll kind of mention our elementary report card. Obviously, this is the first report card of the new testing. You know, last year we did not have a report card, which was for the prior year, obviously. So this year's report card is for how we scored last year. Our elementary scored a B in the academic achievement, which is, are the students ready to advance to the, or on grade level, or ready to advance to the next grade. We were above state average there. We had 77%, state average is 52%. Academic growth, that's showing that kid has got some growth there. That's 64% is what our school scored, and 50% of the state average. Both of those rated a B. In our absenteeism, we're at 97%, the state average is 86%, so we are at an A there, which makes our overall grade a B in our elementary. Then, any questions on the elementary report card? All right, I'll turn it over to Mr. Smith and he can continue on.
Okay, so high school's grades 9 through 12. Academic achievement, which is based off the test scores basically. The cut score was at 300. Generally, we were right around 300. Overall, the grade we got was a D on academic achievement. Chronic absenteeism, so basically it counts against us if a student is not full academic year, so less than, if they miss more than 10% of the school year. We had one student fall into that category, but our score was an A. Graduation goes off of the class of 2017. Basically, if we graduate everyone that's been enrolled since a freshman, or not, is how that's scored. We were counted for 3 dropouts, basically, for the class of 2017. So we got a D there. Post-secondary opportunities, anything like AP courses, career tech courses, concurrent enrollment. Sounds pretty simple, but it's only specific things, like for instance, career tech, there's 6 pathways that you can be involved in to get credit for. Of those 6, our career tech only has 2 pathways. And of that, our students aren't, if they did have the courses that counted, our students can't take them in high school, basically. So for us, it's really the way we get post-secondary opportunities, according to this, is concurrent enrollment. If you look at the number, we had 28% of our juniors and seniors last year in concurrent enrollment, which gives us a score of 2.8, which gives us a D in post-secondary opportunities. So overall, our score for last year, so the class of 2017 and last year's test scores, basically, an overall score of a D for the high school. Anybody have any questions there?
How does that compare to your other schools in the area?
Honestly, I did not look at that. I don't know.
There is a, what's the website that we can go look? It's
I know I talked to the principal at Vici, and theirs was a D. They crossed the boards. There's a lot of concern because it is low. I think pretty much across the state, it's going to be kind of low.
Well,
When you look at our test scores from 2 years ago, basically the difference is the cut score. They raised the cut score, so it's not like we scored that much lower. They just raised the cut score.
Well, I think it's adjustment through the state, because
Oh,
when they
yeah.
first come out with their report cards, it didn't work out like they wanted it to.
Yeah.
All the small schools tested A's and B's, and the larger schools were C, D's, and F's.
Yeah.
Made it more appealing for the bigger
So
schools.
now they're wanting to reverse that, so they've come in, and I'll bet they're not gonna improve the larger schools either.
Yeah, I don't, you know, when we have 28% of our students involved in post-secondary opportunities and we get a D, I mean, that's a large portion of our juniors and seniors. And there's some things that we can do to fix some of those that I think we can do pretty easily. But
To look at all the scores, you just have to type in the name of the school you want to see, but oklaschools.com is the website, oklaschools.com. And you can type whatever school you want to look at and it'll pop up. But that's a starting point that gives us an idea of where we need to improve on and where we need to adjust things. Academic achievement is definitely something we need to do a little better in the high school, along with trying to come up with more opportunities for them post-secondary.
I will say also, of the 3 dropouts that were counted against us, they were students that I don't know. I mean, it had to be a freshman year, so it might be that they, you know, this is my 4th year, so they were here before me, and they didn't graduate as of May of 2017. Maybe they graduated May of 2018. We don't know, but it still counts against us.
Smaller numbers make it harder, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
If you have 10 kids and you miss
Right.
one, that's 90%.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard on small numbers because the percentages get screwed out about it so bad.
And there's nothing we can do once they're 16 about keeping them in school. I mean, there's really not a lot we can do to prevent that. It's just, you know, encouraging them basically. So that's all I have. So if you don't have any more questions.
Okay. Item 6, vote to approve or not to approve the renewal with Employee Evaluation Systems, Inc. for Oaktail for 2019-2020 school year.
This OKTLE is our software to evaluate teachers. That's what it is.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Vote yes.
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 Yes. Okay. Discussion and possible action to enter into a contract with Water Well Service Company to update the water well system.
Okay, with this one, I was able to get one other company to give us a quote on fixing. What we need to do is, obviously, you guys kind of know how much trouble we have with the water system out there at the football field trying to get enough pressure. So we're looking at drilling another well out there and tying them together. And then we want to rewire and revamp some of the existing wells that are there and clean them out. I've got Ken Lambert, he's out of Fargo. He did give us a quote on our job, and his quote came in at $16,358. The other one I've got, I'm a water well service, put in one that was $12,713 to fix. It entails fixing, drilling a water well, I'm gonna pump in water line and all the electric, and the existing well house and the well at the ag. Questions on that?
I move we accept the lower. If that's the one you want to go with. With Hummel.
Okay, got a motion and a second. How you vote, John?
Yes.
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 I abstain.
Okay. Item 8, discussion and possible action to purchase new lockers.
Okay, I've got 3 bids out on lockers. This is just for the high school varsity girls and boys basketball and football. I can show you a picture of these if you'd like. First quote I have is for $46,000. The next one is for $51,277. And then the third one is for $38,840. These are all basically the exact same style of lockers. If you'd like to pass that around, if you'd like to see what the lockers look like. They're all metal, all welded. They should last us a long time.
Are the cushions in the bottom repairable if need be?
They are. And you can get those with cushion or with just a wood plank if you'd rather have just a wood plank. I mean, it's no different price wise.
I'd rather have the plank.
Just the wood.
You less upkeep.
Yeah, but I know what happened with those cushions.
I agree completely.
We can get them either way, I believe.
Is there any major difference you can tell between the $38,000 and the $50,000 bid?
Different brand. I mean,
Different brand.
they're the exact same locker. Yeah, I had them send me pictures of those too. I don't have them here. I mean, they looked almost identical to these. Just
So you don't really know if they might have been stronger or?
they're made out of the same gauge metal. I mean, they're all welded. I mean, there wasn't a single difference other than one was in Texas and his was Idaho or something like that. But different manufacturer.
Well, if they're the same gauge as metal,
They are. I
they
mean,
should be.
they are the same gauge. Because I had asked that question. This, the lowest bid is Wildcat Factory, and they're out of Texas. This Oklahoma Specialty Supply, which was at $46,000, actually get theirs from Wildcat, and then they charge it themselves. And then this other company gets theirs from somewhere else. And they're at 51. But there was no difference in metal used or anything.
Are you comfortable with that low bid?
I am. They've done several, I've got one of their magazines, several different high schools in Oklahoma. So, I mean, I haven't heard a negative thing about them yet.
I'll move to accept the low bid.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. How you vote, Clint?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Vote to approve or not to approve mentor teachers for the 2018-19 school year.
So we had hired Miss Minson earlier, January, I think is when we did that. She is a new teacher, so we do need to, I guess that was February we hired her. But we need to give her a mentor teacher. She's been working real close with Mrs. Merriweather, I know has been in there. She's gonna be listed as a mentor teacher, but again, Ms. Bixler's been, we've had several rotation of teachers go in there, assist, so just to name one is what we have to do. So Mrs. Merriweather's gonna be the mentor teacher for Ms. Minson. That's what that list is.
I'll move to approve mentor teachers for the 2018-2019 school year.
Second.
Motion and a second. I'll vote yes.
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 Any new business?
No new business.
I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion second, I'll vote yes.
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 You make the motion? Did you make the motion?
I did.
I got it, second.